In this video, we'll be taking a look at personal quantum effect theories from real subscribers. As always, all intelligent conversation is welcome, but any belligerence to those who have shared their theories will be immediately removed from the comments section. Theory 1. I've watched many videos on all sorts of changes, but it seems every theory could be right. CERN, D-Wave, aliens, dying and waking up in another reality, they all sort of make sense. But for me, I think and hope that this has to do with getting rid of evil, war, and all the other things that are so wrong today. I believe this is about preparing us for what's coming. For me, I have put my faith in God and return of Christ. Humans need this, as this world is so messed up today. We as humans do not seem able on our own to stop the greed and killing that rules us. Theory 2. I believe that a catastrophe of some sorts happened to the old Earth around 2012. It was then that I would find myself in location, usually downtown Seattle, where just moments before I hadn't been. To make matters worse, I always saw the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life, my wife. The thing is, she passed away in 2006, and this version of her didn't know me from Adam. Then, as quickly as it happened, it ended. I thought, how could this be happening? I must be going crazy. I think CERN opened a gateway for our consciousness to be moved 80,000 light years to a new location in our galaxy when something happened to us in 2012. Since not everybody has the same memories, I believe the only ones that were able to be saved had their consciousness transferred. Physics says that every particle has a sister particle somewhere. I think due to CERN's actions, we are now living on our sister planet. My traveling experiences have ended. I was hoping to get to know my one true love again, but it's just stopped. Theory 3. My theory is that perhaps the ME has been happening forever, but it's only with the use of the internet that it's come to light for so many people. Years ago, if something strange happened, like seeing a product change names, well, you just shake your head and carry on thinking you remembered wrong. Now, however, there's a place to go and research and discover all the other experiences and the same things, and it snowballs. It's a big effect. It just grows and grows the more you look. When I think about it, things have been happening forever. Seeing a tree or a sign that I didn't think was there before, or some words changing the way they're spelled, etc. And I always chalked it up to bad memory. So maybe it's been going on forever and this is just the way it's always been, only now we're noticing. Theory 4. I have a bit of a theory on QE. This is just the condensed version. From where I am now, looking back, I would guess that I'm aware of hundreds of quantum shift changes in my life. I don't think that every shift affects every person every time. The more we do, the more we interact, the more likely we are to have a QE shift. Quantum effect or Mandela effect. These words are now being used to describe what I believe to be a form of dimensional shifting of one reality into another, usually very similar ones. I don't think this is a new effect. I think many more of us are aware of this than we were in the past. My first experience was in the late 1950s. I was a 7-year-old kid lying in bed recovering from a serious illness. My mom walked into the room with a bowl of rice and raisin pudding. Yuck. I thought she'd been making my favorite dessert, which was tapioca. She insisted that this had always been my favorite. I knew something was off, and she seemed different somehow. Her tenderness had turned to sour and seriousness. I knew what I knew, and nobody was going to convince me otherwise. I hated rice pudding, and this was not my mom. I now believe that these shifts have been happening for a very long time, maybe forever. We do continue shifting regularly, of that there's no doubt. I think we live in an ever-expanding, multi-dimensional universe with an infinite number of timelines. I believe that they continually expand to accommodate the infinite growth needed to achieve every possible outcome for every possible decision that's made by each person in every timeline. I think the quantum shifts have been accelerating somewhat, but that just may be an awareness. Does the Hadron Collider influence the shifts? Well, does the campfire contribute to global warming? I think they both do about the same thing. Theory 5. I am one of the quantum affected. I have a slightly different theory, only a possibility, and I'm not 100% sure I'm on board with this, but I think it's a possibility. What if Jif was always Jif? Hear me out. In a parallel universe, something happened. CERN did something in that reality. The reality of Jiffy. What if that was the only difference? But in yet another reality, say the mirror reality, CERN did the same thing. And we are part of an event where other realities are crashing into us. Our memories from the you you and I of that reality are becoming part of our memories of here reality. Another idea is that it was only one sister reality that collapsed, and our memories are altered from that one lone reality. I find it interesting to think about in either case. Theory 6. Got a plausible answer from Mandela effect Bible changes. Using lateral thinking, I've come across a very simple explanation for the Bible changes. Don't get me wrong, I think Emmy is real, but I think it's being misread, so to speak, in a number of cases. Nearly all the changes I've found are in the King James Version of the Bible. The King James Version is the most widespread version in the world. Before I reveal my opinion, I want to ask, have you ever bought an electrical item, and when you go to read the setup manual, it's in translated English? That makes no sense. The chances are the device was probably made in China. I think that's what some of the Bible changes are. I think that the KJV could be printed in places like China and not proofread. Sounds silly, I know. I think this is what happens when you farm out jobs to countries with a vastly different cultural norm. From this assortment of short theories, it appears there may be a commonality to watch for in future videos. I'm hearing often from subscribers in the community that they believe the quantum shifts are natural and have always happened. Many believe this is a natural phenomenon that has sped up or increased for some reason in recent years. Some, including myself, think that it is due to an intentional manipulation of natural phenomenon, often related to CERN or the D-Wave quantum computer. Whatever the theory, those affected can be sure of something. The quantum effect is real, and whatever it is, it's of great importance to the way in which we view our reality. Because whatever the truth is, we're all just trying to figure out this reality we're in and how to make it here every day. And even though it might feel like it, I promise, you're not going through this thing alone.